night and he was like, wait, you do that in photos? And I was like, yeah.
I think it's so important to definitely draw the line.
Like, I don't like looking at myself, like, unrealistic.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to
Tea
Talk! Woo! So, I'm Nikki Philippi. I was going to say Nicole Philippi, but it's because we've got another Nicole at the table. I was going to refer to myself as Nicole, but I'll roll with Nikki. I'm Nikki Philippi.
And I'm Nicole Jacqueline.
AKA Nichole.
Hey.
Yeah.
And Talia Salzarulo. Don't even try to say that.
Don't even try to say it. I feel like it's not hard to say. It's hard to read.
Yeah, it is hard to read.
Salzarulo is really easy to say.
It's Italian, but hi.
I love it. And it works because it's not even like your original name, but
No.
you look like you would be Italian.
I came from white, so I'm like, dang it.
That was her literal last name. Not
Yeah.
like I came
Oh,
from
yeah.
people. I came from white.
I was once white.
And now I am Italian. Well, today for Tea Talk, we are drinking. This is gonna be. Here's the deal, guys. Okay. So when I started Tea Talk, I was like, this is gonna help me expand my knowledge of tea. I'm gonna like try all these teas out. But like we were a little lazy this time, so you know we tried the tea yesterday that Lindsay brought. But today we're back on my fallback tea. So pretty much anytime we can't find a new tea or we don't get it in time, we're gonna go with my fallback tea. Have either of you ever tried this?
No.
I haven't.
I've been drinking this for 8 to 9 years maybe now. It has been a long time. I'm obsessed.
I'm excited.
I buy the restaurant size bags of it. It's amazing. And it's from Paradise, and it's their tropical tea. So I don't know why they call it artificially flavored tea. That kind of trips me out a little bit, but ignore that.
I prefer if it's
Yeah,
natural.
I thought it was natural, but it's whatever.
It's like, and never mind, scratch that.
Just scratch the artificial part. It's not sweetened, so I hope you're okay with it. And some people, like yesterday, everyone was like, Maddie and Lindsay were like, this would be way better if it had some sweetener.
Well, I guess with everything, a little spoonful
But
of sugar.
I like it without sugar.
Well, then I can
Oh,
enjoy it
yeah.
more because I'm not like, oh, I'm not like drinking my tea. There's
Exactly.
You know,
True.
calories.
The mindset. Of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so take a sip, guys.
That's
so
so
demanding.
Oh, that's really good. And it's fragrant.
That's
like you
so
can
good.
smell
You
it.
like it?
I do.
They had to say
Wow.
that. They're like,
No,
don't
honestly,
say that.
it's so good.
Nikki's gonna fire us.
She's gonna kick us out. Get out of here. I like it.
So good,
It's
actually.
really good.
High five to my tea. I don't know why that
I
does
was
that.
like, I
Vouches
paused.
for a high five, but we're gonna get a high five.
Like,
Oh,
be there.
man. Well, we're pretty excited today because our topic for today is going to be retouching of photos. So, as usual, I asked you guys on Instagram, which has tended to be like my go-to. I mean, follow us everywhere because I might be asking you anywhere, but Instagram has tended to be like my go-to. By the way, as usual, I will have their links in the info box down below.
Ooh.
So check them out too, and check me out too if you've never seen my face. And yeah, we're gonna jump into this conversation. So, who wants to start with the question?
I saw a kind of cool one if you want.
Yeah, take it away, Talia.
I love it. Where do you personally draw the line in your retouching yourself now? Do you have a line at all? How do you rationalize it? For example, I'll touch up my lighting, but I'll draw the line in making many corrections for my weight or slimming my legs.
Who said that?
Etc.
I like that.
Oh yeah, we have Pass Me the Scalpel, so she's probably like a nurse or a doctor, something awesome like that.
You
Like,
know what's funny is when I read that comment, I was like, the scalpel, like a like, and she was talking about slimming her thighs. I was like a plastic surgeon.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know
yeah.
why my head went there. I like that question a lot.
really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you edit photos?
Rarely. If it's of myself, I'll only, or like of my family, I just adjust the color.
Mm.
But when I am, because I do a little bit of photography on the side, and when I'm like shooting other people, I will edit their photos. Like, because I don't want to be giving people photos back
Yeah.
where their acne just happens to
So
be
true.
glistening in the sun and was like,
Yeah, you don't want to
And-
feel bad.
Yeah, exactly. So there's something that I feel okay, like me doing it for somebody else, but when it's my own pictures, I just,
You feel like you're presenting yourself in a
yeah,
like,
and
a control
I
way.
yeah.
personally,
It's gonna like make other people feel bad.
exactly, and myself, like I don't like
Yeah.
looking at myself like unrealistic. Like that's really bad for me. Like I
It's very
feel,
healthy that you
Yeah,
see
that's
it
really
that
healthy.
way.
yeah, because I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's awesome, Talia, in an alternate universe where she's like 10 pounds lighter and has like, you know, even whiter teeth, and,
Yeah.
and I just don't
Yeah.
want to, you know, I want to be the
Exactly.
best I can be in real life, and I don't want to, you know, to make those changes and then be unhappy with how I am without them. So,
Yeah, because you're like seeing the contrast or
Yeah.
between your beautifully edited self and then what you really look
Like,
like.
dang it!
Jeez. Dude, we were just commenting earlier on like how white your teeth are, by the way. We were like, wow, Talia.
So true, so true.
It's so true.
Thank you.
Thank you, I know. What about you? What do you think about, like, do you edit your photo? I know you do edit photos,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think it's so important to definitely draw the line. I like to just like pop some colors and get more saturated, but like I don't want to retouch my skin because if I'm like preaching self-love and acceptance and I'm just like taking all these like acne bags and teeth are white, like that's so like not, you know, it's like so opposite. So I think it's so important to like really embrace that and, you know, like.
But it can be tempting, right?
It is. It is tempting because you're like, I could easily be like,
be better. It would look so much better.
It's a really big challenge, honestly, but
it is.
It really
struggle
is.
so
It's
real.
such a good struggle.
First of all,
It's like, girls, don't do it.
Don't blur it out.
Yeah, don't do it.
Dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Dude, I have a really weird, like, warped. I've talked about this with Dan before that, like, so I do edit my photos. I mean, I do coloring. First off,
They're beautiful.
thank you.
Yeah,
Doing
so
photos to me are just like editing them is really fun to me. Like I feel
yeah.
like it's an adult coloring book. Like I'm like, what do I want to make pop? What do I want to saturate? Like,
yeah.
and it varies depending on the platform. So like on Instagram, I'm only editing photos from my phone. The only time I'll ever edit on my computer and send them to myself is if it's like a thumbnail. It's very rare. Most of the time, I'm editing from my phone. I'll edit on my computer for a video for thumbnails, but like it's very weird. I don't really have a set of rules because like I will smooth out my skin if like, and it's funny because what you said about self-love, I've thought about that so many times. I'm like, this is so hypocritical of me to be like, love yourself, but
also
then
change
it. But it's weird because at the same time, and this might sound like complete crap to people, like, no, you're just missing out here. But genuinely, I'm really gonna like try to tell you what my mind process is. I don't even see it as like, I want to look so beautiful. I want everyone to envy me and I want to be perfect. It's literally like I'm making this picture and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna smooth that over. Oh, that could be brighter if like I whitened my eyeball a little bit. They're like, it's weird. It's like a coloring book. It's
So
not
true.
so much of like, oh, I feel horrible and I have to change this. At least I don't feel like I'm operating from that place most of the time.
Yeah, that's
but
really
it's
good.
weird because I've thought about the hypocrisy of that, or even like my boob job. The hypocrisy of like love yourself, but then I just got a boob job. And technically liposuction is the whole story. You'd have to. It was from a botched surgery, but whatever. I still got liposuction. So like I don't really know honestly what to say about that. I haven't ever slimmed out anything in a photo. What I have done though, I told this to Dan the other night. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, he didn't notice until the other night, and he was like, "Wait, you do that in photos?" And I was like, "Yeah." So Dan and I have disproportionately sized heads. His head is much smaller than mine. He's dying behind the camera that I'm just saying this. And my head is huge. Like as a human, I just have a huge head.
As a human.
And
It
so,
doesn't look cute.
oh, it's so
No, not at
huge.
all.
And so compared to him, my head is like massive. And so anytime we have to do a thumbnail photo where it's like, we're looking really cute as a couple right now, when I'm doing the photo, I'm like, this bothers me, the size of our heads. Like, it's literally an aesthetic thing. It's not like a personal thing. That's the best way. That's it.
You don't want it
For
to be
the photos.
distracting. Yeah.
Yes, that's the best way to put it when I'm editing is I see it as like aesthetically. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't like this, this isn't right. I'm like, our heads look very funny in this photo. So I will go in PicMonkey into the injection tool
I love
where
that.
you can like
I
inject your
love
lips
it.
or whatever, which I've never done that before, but I
Yeah.
know it makes things bigger, so I will make his
Mine
head bigger.
Oh,
And sometimes I will sink my head back in the photo. So
I love
exposed.
I would have never known that.
Yeah, I know, because I don't go
Never.
crazy with
But
it.
doesn't it feel like a cheat because you could have created that naturally by just like you stepping back a little
No,
bit?
no, that's
So
true.
that doesn't even feel
They do that in
bad.
movies all the
Yeah,
time.
totally.
Yeah,
Like Tom
totally.
Cruise, they always have him standing on
Yes,
that. They dig like
I wonder if
like,
I'm about to say what I know. Go on.
oh, there was like a beach shot of him like walking with a girl on the beach. They had to dig the girl like a trench so
Oh
that
my
they were
gosh.
like.
Oh, I didn't know
You go to
that.
extreme measures to make
Okay,
that.
I was gonna say that in
That's
Dumb
the
and
industry.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
yeah.
Dumb and Dumber, they had the entire new Dumb and Dumber movie, like the recent one that came out. They shot Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey standing like this the entire film
Really?
because their
That's
head
crazy.
has such a large size discrepancy. Like Jeff Daniels has such a huge head and Jim Carrey has a
It's
small
so
head.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other thing too is like I
Yeah.
don't mind admitting it. I'm like, yeah, I edit.
Mhm.
I feel like you look at my Instagram and you know I edit my photos. Like Melissa's like, oh, it's all artsy.
But
you
here's the
know?
thing,
Sorry.
your heart and everything you just explained comes through in your photos. So I don't know, but I think
like
you
a weird
touched on it when you
line.
said
So
it is
weird.
artistic. Because when I scroll through your channel, like it just brings me joy because I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful and pretty, and it's like looking at a piece of art, and you have a certain like creative like twist to it, and it all looks really pretty. So like, you're welcome.
That's what I feel when I'm making it. I'm like, I'm making art.
It's like you're not promoting like check me out because sometimes I'll look at like I don't know a Kardashian Instagram and I'm like oh my gosh and it's all about
But
look
then
how
you
hot
do,
I am.
but you
Look,
do acknowledge how hot they are. You're
I
like,
do.
oh, but you are hot.
Oh,
You are
like make
Super
you
hot.
jealous. Like,
Super hot.
and so that comes across, I think, and it's like, what is the goal and what's the purpose? Is it to make a beautiful piece of art that doesn't have something distracting and some discrepancy in it?
Yeah.
You know, and people really, you edit your photos in a way, realistically, as you're taking them. You're gonna stand a certain way. You're gonna put your breast light on. You're gonna like, you know, am I creating like armpit fat by like
you're already
moving my-
changing it by the way that you're, and like the lighting that you're.
Do you want to have double chins right now? Like, you know,
there's like a natural thing because if you want to look your best, like I mean.
Yeah, you don't want to take a photo where you're like, here's my photo and now watch me go. Like,
exactly.
Except sometimes I accidentally do that. Like, I'm like, oh, then the photo camera comes in.
No, I know.
I just turned a beast. Like,
I know. I feel like so many things in society nowadays are really, I mean, I think it's always been like this for all of time. And I remember when we had so many conversations about this when we first got married. Not about photos, but just things in general. But I feel like it's becoming more this way. Very nuanced and very about people's hearts. Like where is your heart when you're doing this? And that's hard because everybody's opinion is so different.
That's so true.
You know, and I understand it's like when people say things to me about how disappointed they are because of my plastic surgery or the editing or whatever, it's like I kind of don't even know what to say because I'm like, I kind of get where you're coming from. Like that kind of makes sense that you think that, but I don't know what to say because I'm just a human processing things and this is where my heart and head is at. And yeah, I don't even know. That was a ramble that just went off into.
No, but it totally makes sense because it's so sad when people will judge others and you come from two completely different backgrounds and you've experienced things differently. They've been introduced to you differently, and it is a heart issue. And if someone's heart is in the right place, you can still, your heart can be in the right place and two people can make different decisions entirely.
Oh,
Different
totally.
lives.
Oh my God.
So why spend other time being like, hey, don't do that. Just check yourself, and if it doesn't feel right for you, don't do it. And if it does, then do it, and don't let other people that are hating on you stop you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's also kind of like with drinking. Like some people shouldn't drink because for them personally, it's like, I go crazy, I can't drink. Like
My clothes are off and I'm on the table.
It's like just because you can have a drink doesn't mean I can't. Like I don't get on the table and get naked or have a problem day drinking all the time. Like it's different people, like your heart when you struggle with it. Yeah. It's totally different. I feel like literally I've been steamrolling over you. We've just been like, Well, do you want to read the next question? Take it away. Nichole.
Butterfly Anna's.
Yeah,
I like it.
What's your favorite filter to use on Instagram/Snapchat?
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. My favorite Instagram filter, because I am one of those people, you're probably going to be like, what the heck? Because I know you're not as into like editing photos, but a lot of YouTubers are like, I don't use Instagram filters. And I understand why.
Hashtag no filter.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's like whatever, they're kind of basic. But I actually still use Instagram filters, so I do all my editing in my apps, but then I still use an Instagram filter for two reasons. Let me just be real here. First off, I actually like them. I think they're really pretty. Second off, I actually heard once that the algorithm does something if you use their filter versus not using a filter. It helps something in the algorithm. I don't know
like
if
an inside
that's true at all, but inside scoop exposed.
They're like, hey, we're gonna help you out for using our stuff.
Exactly. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
so I like Valencia. I think Valencia is the most glowy, like makes everyone look really beautiful and evenly skin tone. And then I like Sierra too, but I always use them very like lightly, especially Sierra. Sierra can really darken a photo and make it very like, I feel like it tends to bring out the purples and the blues and all that. And it's pretty, but I tend to bump it down a lot. And then on Snapchat, my favorite filters, I love the puppy filter.
Of course.
I love that puppy filter. Wait, what else? What is my favorite? Wait, now I'm having Snapchat. I'm freezing.
Quick!
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
gotta like take a picture.
I know. I'm like, which are my favorite filters? Oh, I mean, I don't know, man. I like the face swapping filter.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
discovered that strawberry filter the other day. That's hard. I'm
God.
cheating because I'm not even really giving an answer now. We'll go down the line and I'll chime in if I
what's
think
yours?
What's yours?
Honestly, I love to just use like saturation and like contrast and like structure just to
Ooh,
like
do
give
you do
it
it
more.
yourself?
Do you edit with it Instagram?
I tried. I used to use Visco.
Yeah.
So that's a whole new story.
Yeah.
It's all changed now. But I used to use like Afterlight. Love using Afterlight.
I love using Afterlight.
I don't know what it's called. It's like the first filter in Instagram. I don't know what it's called. I tried to use like a little bit.
Clarendon?
Is it Clarendon?
I think
Nice
so.
job.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
it's Clarendon.
Clarendon. Photo.
Do you know the?
I like
the library,
I
right?
feel like Rise might be right there too. Like the, I don't know.
And I don't think it's Rise. I think
R-E-Y.
because Rise is. I like Rise too. Clarendon, you're right.
Oh my gosh.
Maddie.
Yeah.
$5 to Maddie.
Yes. You like Clarendon?
Yeah, I love Clarendon and just a little bit of it, you know, a little extra light.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. But yeah, just to like use like the contrast and the structure of it, just to like pop little things like that. But like I like to like my feeds like colorful. I don't know. I feel like some filters can be like so like you like bump down saturation.
Yeah, they like darken it.
A little bit. Yeah. It's hard to like good feed. Wow.
It's so
Such
hard
a
to get
problem.
a good feed.
I feel like an idiot saying it out loud, but
no,
it's
but
a
it's
thing.
true. It's a thing.
It's like feel good. Like
I know.
I'm
To
like,
open
wow,
your page and be like, look at my
like
page as a
relaxing.
whole.
Isn't that? It's just like a.
No,
it's
yeah,
so
it's
pretty.
like an art kind of thing.
It
like
totally
it's
is.
like, it's
It's something that feels so lame because it is so new to like our world. You're just like,
So,
what am
yeah.
I doing with this phone? But it really is. It's like it's like art everyone can create, and pretty much everyone has the accessibility to create it.
yeah.
It's like, how do I want to edit this? What do I want everything to look like as a whole? It's very fun.
It is. It's so fun.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
cool.
Yeah.
So what about you? Do you have it?
Well, I feel like I would give a terrible answer because I'm not really going for a particular look. When I'm doing Instagram, because I'm busy, I have 2 kids, I'm a mom, I'm like worried about like, because I'm lazy, I'm gonna capture moments.
Memories.
And like, I'm like, okay, so I want to experience like the feeling. So like, even if it's blurry and my kids are running, it's kind of dark.
Doesn't matter.
I just pick whichever filter lightens it up so I can see more of the detail.
Yes.
Or, you know, makes the blur look whatever. Because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna capture that moment, and I can't get my kids to freeze and go by the light and then do it again. And like, you know, I'm like, I gotta take what I can get. And so I don't really have a favorite filter because it just depends on whatever one compliments that photo the best.
Yeah.
And not all of them look great, but I'm like, okay, I just want to remember, and I'm so bad about backing up my phone. I'm like, oh, Instagram will save it for me.
I know, we all trust the cloud way too much.
Way too
Oh
much.
my gosh.
Oh, great. It's like, I don't even know what it is. I just like, it's up there with
Yeah,
God.
it's there.
I'm
It's
like,
up there.
I think that about my
God
videos
and
sometimes.
God.
I'm like, I have spent freaking 5 years of my life making videos on YouTube, and I'm trusting YouTube to hold all
Please,
of the
give me
proof
proof.
that I actually make videos. Like, I
Yeah.
probably should not do that anymore. Wait, so what about Snapchat? Do you use Snapchat?
I do not. I thought it was for sexting that years ago. He's like, there's this new, because he's a teacher, so he lets me all.
That's like how it started.
And he's like, oh, my
Really?
kids have this new like sexting app. I have to keep taking their phones away. And I'm like, oh,
Oh my
Snapchat.
gosh.
So I had that, and then when I heard you had Snapchat, I was like,
You're like, I don't think
oh,
they'd be sexting anyone.
It's probably
So-
not sexting, so it's probably more legit. And then
Yeah.
so I probably need to get on that. But I
No,
don't-
it's
I don't
yeah.
right now.
it's like it's really fun. What about,
So
do you
much
have a
fun.
favorite filter on
Yes.
Snapchat?
I call it the like Coachella one with the
Oh,
like
with
flower
the flowers.
It's
Yes.
the best. Your eyes look like ring lights in them, and it's like
Oh, it's
glowy,
so
and it
pretty.
just makes you look so like.
I know you put that on and you're like, I
love
didn't
it.
know
I'm
it was
like,
so
oh.
pretty.
Thank you, Snapchat.
Okay, wow, I'm really a
Just
stunning
look out.
creature. Look at me. That's funny.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just
so
love that.
I love that one too. I just honestly, I love so many of the filters. It's hard to decide.
It's fun.
It's like if you're bored, you literally just go on Snapchat.
It's like a black hole. Like you're just like, wow.
Yeah, how did I just spend 20 minutes of my life playing with filters on my face? I hate
so
myself.
true.
Just kidding. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull another question. How can I get rid of dark spots and or acne in pictures? I don't know what you use. I'll tell you what I use. I use an app called Facetune. I was at an event once and I saw a like famous Instagrammer who has like millions of followers, and she was editing photos, and I was like, what are you doing yourself right now? Because I could see like, and she was like, oh, and I was
Nothing.
like, what are you doing?
All natural.
Because she was totally like, and I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even if I wanted to use it differently, I was just like, what the? How are you
Exactly.
doing that on your phone? And so she was like, oh, it's Facetune. And I was like, Facetune? So
I
I'm
just learned
not
a dirty secret of the YouTube world.
I am not a pro at Facetune. I really don't know
Oh,
how to
yeah.
use it very much, but I know how to use the basic things, the whiten tool, which is cool not only just if you're like, wow, like I would like to make my teeth a little whiter there, or if you're like taking a picture and you're like, all the white behind me is kind of yellow and I want to whiten up the picture.
Yeah.
You can whiten it with the whiten tool. There's a smooth tool in it for acne
Less
or
smoothing,
anything really.
Blend it.
And then there's a details tool, which Carly Christman got me into. If you take a photo and you really want to make like something pop, like in your shirt or the leaves or the stripes or any details,
cool.
you go over it and it'll make, or your eyes.
Sharpens
Let's say it's
that
like a
part of your
selfie
eyes, that's
or
cool.
someone else, you can do like details on the eyes and it'll
That's
make the
sweet.
eyes pop. Yeah, so anything
Nice.
really, your hair, anything.
Ooh.
So Facetune, that was the first question. Do you use something do you use anything? Because I know you said
If
you
I
don't really do it.
If I ever do, I use like Facetune for my eyes to like pop the like whites in my eyes.
Yeah.
Occasionally on my teeth, but I love it to like whiten backgrounds. It's the
Yes.
best. Just to like it looks so much better. Just
It
like
really
it's like,
does, like,
you smooth it
crisp.
out. It looks so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love doing that.
And I know you don't, so that question's
Nope.
null and void.
Invalid.
But then the other question is from @MamoRose2014, And she says, what do you guys like to use to edit your photos on Instagram? Which is kind of repetitive, but I guess we'll just really quickly like wrap it up because we're getting the 2-minute, 3-minute sign from Maddie. I use Afterlight for saturation, sharpness, if I want to add blue tones, if I want to take away red, green, whatever. And then I'll also use it sometimes to get like light streaks and things.
Ooh,
that's so fun,
Or to brighten. I really like Afterlights because every app has a different type of like saturation and lightness. So if you saturate things with an Instagram, it does not look the same if you saturate it with an Afterlight. It's totally a different tool set. So I'll use Afterlight for that, and then I'll put it in Facetune if I need it, but otherwise I'll just put it right in Instagram, and then I'll use this pictures on Instagram. So what about you now?
Now I know why it looks so amazing.
Yeah, I love that. I
Thanks,
used to
Talia.
love to like use Visco to like plan my feed out and stuff, but
Yeah, I found out
you
from
know,
Taylor that was a thing. You could plan out your feed.
it's like addicting because it just looks so good. It's,
Oh,
it's like no
that's so
stress.
fun. Yeah.
It's perfect. But I love to use like Afterlight. Just like saturation. I love the like light streaks in there, just to like add little like pops of like purple or blue.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's in Visco?
No, Afterlight.
Oh yeah, because I
Yes.
use those in Afterlight.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
So cool. And then occasionally, what's that filter called in Instagram? Like that. It's like this like C one. It's called
Cam.
Clarendon.
Clarendon.
$5 again! Maddie!
Yeah, I love to like just like a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Filter.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
good. Oh yeah.
Clarendon, gotta love
Clarendon.
Clarendon. And then
I'm
once again,
basic, super basic.
I love this though. There's like someone represented that isn't weirdly into taking
Oh,
photos
it's
on
a
their
miracle that I
Instagram.
even have a phone and then I remember. I'm like, oh, picture, done.
We need to give Talia a round of applause for capturing those memories.
Yes.
It's so fun though. I honestly look forward. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I know being a mom is just so freaking busy and like it's mind blowing to me how you have time to do anything else. But that being said, I always look at people who have kids and I'm just like, I can't wait one day to take photos of my kids and like and edit the photos of them. I'm like so excited to like put them in their little outfits. Like we're going out for the day, you know, or like they're playing in like the dirt or whatever. They're literally violently waving their arms at me. So yeah, but I just can't wait for that. Like that's so cute. Or like their
So
food
much
that they're
fun.
You just can't like overwhelm people like, my kids, my kids, my kids.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm going to literally overwhelm everyone. People are going to hate me when I have to. Or they're going to love it. One of the two. So, yeah, so that brings us to the end. We don't want to provoke any more violent waving, so we'll wrap this up. But, yeah, be sure to check out their channels, my channels. All of our information will be down below. And be sure to follow us on social so next time we do Tea Talk, your question might be able to be featured. And leave us any comments that you have, any questions, thoughts, whatever. We're all going to be stalking the comments, and I think that that's the funnest part about Tea Talk, other than filming it. Honestly, filming it's the funnest part. But then reading stuff, yeah, it's fun to hear, and like we're talking about stuff, like real stuff, so it'll be fun to read all of that. So that's it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Peace out. Peace.
Peace out.
Bye.
Peace out.